Good morning, everyone, and greetings from Houston, downtown Houston today. It's day 84 of Walk with Winston, and I am so excited to be with you. And I'm here with a lot of my United Way friends and colleagues at a conference here this week. And so it's really good to see old friends and to reconnect with and to connect with some new ones. So today's topic just goes to a fundamental that I'm very, very curious about in terms of the resistance that we face when we're starting something new. And, why is it that we get a dream, we get a vision, and we get this impression about something that we've got to do to change something significant in our lives, and we don't get started? Well, I think a fundamental reason for a lot of us is fear. The fear of the unknown. It's a lot of times easier to stay with the known, with the certain, even if it's painful, than to step into something completely new. But I want to dig into the concept of what is fear. What is fear fundamentally? And so in the notes today, I've got a premise that I want to share with you that I want to credit to Andy Andrews. He's been talking about this on several of his recent podcasts, and it really makes a lot of sense to me. He says that fear fundamentally is the misuse of one of our greatest gifts in transformation. What is that gift that we're misusing that causes fear for us? He argues, and I believe, that fear is a misuse of our imagination. Think about it. What is imagination? Imagination is our ability to take in everything that's around us, take in our hopes and dreams, our prior experiences, our environment, all of our senses, the known senses, and even I would suggest the unknown senses that we exist in, our mindsets, our beliefs, all of that in its totality. And it is a God-given gift that then creates a new set of meanings, a new set of outcomes. And it's how we dream. It's how we grow. It's how Walt Disney was able to build the happiest place on earth out of the middle of a swampy part of Florida, for goodness sakes. It took imagination. And so imagination, we think of imagination as a force for good, but couldn't it also be a force for our harm? And that's what I think fear fundamentally is. It's a belief in something that has not occurred in a lot of cases, or we have taken something that has occurred and added on to it, and it is. And it creates this outcome that, a lot of people who study fear and reflect on their fearful times in their life says that, 90 or 95% of the things I feared never came to pass. Yet I suffered by being in that fear just as if it really happened to me. So as you think about fear and kind of deconstruct it and analyze it in your own life, I'd ask us to think about how many things we feared really came to pass, number one. And if we find that it has a very low likelihood or probability of coming to pass, why would we apply our imagination in that way? So if all that's true, and fear is just a misuse of our imagination, how can we harness imagination for our good? So I know this sounds very woo-woo and maybe not so practical to you this morning, but I want to challenge us that if fear is what's holding us back, then we really have to expose fear for what it is. False evidence appearing real. That's a great acronym for fear. But I want us to dig into this misuse of imagination, because we're dreamers, we're high achievers, we're working on our mindset, we're working on our why we want to do. So take all the good things of imagination that we possess and make sure we harness it for good in defeating fear. So with that, you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you again soon.